Today we are going to be visiting Disco Elysium again and continuing the story where we last left off. I didn't really do that much now that I think about it. I talked to a lot of people surrounding the, like, hotel, bar, whatever, and I died. Oh, I died because I tried to get my gun and it hurt my ego, so I dropped out of the force, causing the murder case to fall through. So what I need to do is I need to raise my morale up one more right here in the bottom left. I need to heal this by 1%. 1% police work, 99% hangover. I still don't know. Look at him. Look at his head. Look. I still don't know what my name is. I don't know who I am, where I'm from. I don't know my address. I don't know basically anything. I couldn't pull down the body because I kept throwing up every time I tried to. And the game said I could try again, but so far not a lot of good has been happening. It's been a lot of self-pity and going like, "Oh my god, holy shit, I'm a terrible person. I was so like bad to the hostess, bartender, that I made her quit the job and flee the city. Like, what a piece of shit." And just awful, just an awful human being. Gift books and molten candy. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. This bookstore is actually really nice. I like the layout a lot. I wish that they had like more areas to sit and read. Solstice, we have fresh pigeon bop ass just for you. Show up and it's all yours. You just miss Solstice. I miss Solstice too.
Crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. My name is Plaisance.
Plaisance. Clerk extends a greeting. What a name.
Welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be an opportune moment to ask later. I'm not going to ask people for money. I will figure out how to get money, okay? Asking people for money sets the tone that I am like an irresponsible piece of shit, which I am. But I'm trying to be a fucking cop here, okay? Do you understand? I'm a cop, okay? I need to establish like that I am a respectable person. He's just going around begging. He really is. So, are you the owner of this store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration. The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed. Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction.
That's me.
Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
10. She's certainly very polite and helpful. 5. I felt some interest.
My
Yeah, she
precious,
was.
her
I don't want to buy a
dedication
book.
is joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
She's immensely satisfied with the answer. Look, I do not want to buy a book, but I want that little girl to have a good childhood. I want her mom to be nice to her. And so if I need to lie to make her mom not ridicule her, I'll take that. I'll take that. The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. Annette is quite the trooper. She's a great value add. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. I think this one.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Her posture becomes very rigid.
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
I like how they took away the option to say, like, you're doing it very good. He looks fucking wild right now. This perspective is giving him... He's like a little fuzzy, and he's like lost some fidelity compared to her, right? You can see like her cheek and stuff, but he just kind of looks like a rat. Do you see him? He just looks like a rat with glasses. Like this and this do not talk well to each other, but only from this angle. Disparage. I have no idea what this game is. Are we solving a case? Oh, yeah. Hold on one second. Let me describe. Because I know that you missed quite a bit of the story so far. Mostly we're going around throwing up and offending people. Let me describe what's going on for viewer at home who may need a catch up. Basically, 7 days ago, a man was murdered. 4 days later, we arrived. This is us right here, green shirt. This is us. We don't know our name. We don't know where we came from. We didn't even know that we were a police officer. None of that. Because for 2 of those days, we went on a massive bender. We racked up $130 worth of damages and alcohol to the hotel that we're staying at. We terrorized the hostess to where she quit her job and moved away from the city. We smashed their like symbol, this stuffed bird. We smashed that shit, said that it was fucking with us, so we broke it. And then we drank so much that we lost our memory. We don't know who we are. We didn't know we were a cop. We lost our gun, our badge, our uniform. We pawned our gun, actually. Just an abysmal piece of shit. And this man here, now on the 7th day, his name is Kim Kitsuragi. Kim Kitsuragi showed up, and now we are finally getting to the murder. It's been a body has been hanging from a tree, lynched by a mob for 7 days, and we did nothing about it. Basically, we're the most incompetent piece of shit in the world. Yeah, we called our precinct to report our missing badge and our missing gun, and they laughed hysterically because we are such an embarrassment. Why they would send us to this murder case in this very volatile city called Revachol, why they would do that, I have no idea. So we did more harm as a cop than the actual murderer did. So far. We don't really know we don't know who did the murder. We don't know who called the cops. We don't know what's going on with there's a union strike, and it's like the dock workers versus the owners of the dock, I think. There's a huge strike going on. There's like race tension. There's immigration tension. There's the city is falling apart. There's dirt everywhere. There's mud everywhere. The trash isn't being picked up. It's been a week. The canal, a billboard fell into the canal, and then a car drove over it like a bridge, and no one's repairing it. Apparently, it takes like a year and a day for anything to be fixed. It's a nightmare. This place is a nightmare. You think we are the murderer? No. That couldn't be. That couldn't be, because the murder happened 7 days ago, and we didn't arrive until 3 days ago. So we couldn't be the murderer. Also, the murder. What we do know about the murder is that it appears that 8 people, 7 men, 1 woman, we think, took place in hanging the body. We're not smart enough to be the killer. I also agree with that. I think that is very true. All of the boots at all of the footprints at the scene of the murder are boots, and we wear snakeskin fucking dress shoes because we're a disgusting man. There's a cat hair or something on my face, and I'm crazy. Okay, well, I don't really want to talk to you anymore about your child or her labor.
Her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed.
Who said that? Annette?
She blinks.
I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
I feel like she talks like this. My business is thriving.
What in God's name is she talking about?
I don't want to buy a book. I have no interest in buying a book.
Volumetric ship compressor.
Okay, we already read through this. With its disgusting
Bizarre
art.
sign.
So I do not care. I do not care. Inspect the victim's body. I don't really want to. I'm going to keep exploring the city and see if I can find anything to help me. Maybe I could find like a... let's see. Can I put anything on my mouth? No, I can't. Maybe a hat. Maybe there's a hat I could wear that could like block the scent of the dead body. It's a tome of fascist magic. Rather candid.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell. Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Deltras by one Cecilia Averbrook.
One thing about this this game is the narrator has a fantastic voice, but he reads slow as fuck, dude.
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star.
That's a cool
He's
name.
famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs.
Ew.
And cocaine into the other.
Ew.
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
You know, I love horror movies. I love horror movies. I love horror novels. I'm totally down with horror movies. I like being scared. I like being... But not... Scary video games are different. I like watching scary movies. I don't like participating in scary, you know what I mean? But the one... nothing really is too much for me. But the one thing that has always gotten me, is eye stuff. Eye stuff. There's this movie. I can't remember what movie it was. I think it was ABCs of Horror. I think it was ABCs of Horror, or it was a VHS movie, like the series VHS. And I can't remember, but it was a story of a woman who figured out that if she killed someone or found someone dying, she could stick a needle into their eyeball and pull on it, pulling out all the eye fluid, and then inject that like into her arm. She could shoot up like it was heroin. And you know that the life flashes before your eyes when you're dying? She could live their life by injecting the life flashing before their eyes into her body. And there's this scene where she finds this like businessman who like overdosed or some shit in an alleyway. And as he's dying, he's like seeing his life. He's like, you know what I mean? I'm dying. And she sticks the needle into his eyeball, and then she pulls out, and you see his eyeball deflate. So them saying he injected morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other fucking got me, dude. Ugh, cringe. Every time, needles and eyeball, I like flash back to that fucking movie. That shit. I don't have nightmares. But I dream about that shit sometimes, dude. That's super creative. Also, Pepe Puke, I agree.
I really must insist you buy one of the books.
You're
Reading
interrupted
is
by
not
the
for
shopkeeper.
free. Do still browse though, but not too long.
Okay, I understand that reading is not for free, but I think that bookstore like Barnes and Noble puts chairs out for you to sit and read. And they want you to read a little bit of the book because they want you to get invested in the story and buy the book and take it home. Of course, like there's like an unspoken rule that you're not supposed to sit there and read the entire book, but they like encourage you to come and sit and read a couple chapters. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
I'm gonna leave this fucking store. Fuck you, lady.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural.
Whoa, paranatural. However, as I said, I do not care. Another boring book just discarded here. I think a lot of these books are rather boring. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. Yeah. Didn't the Nazis, like, have a branch based on occult magic? Didn't they do that? Where they were trying to study, like, the dark arts? Wasn't that... that might be... I might have gotten that from a comic book. The coin-operated viewer has been banged up, inoperable. The main theme, which we're hearing right now, is a little depressing sounding. Like, it's very, like... It sounds like a sad war bugle. The ad reads, broken windows. Tibbs has windows. I'm sure Tibbs does. If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you could collect these bottles and sell them. That's what I'll do. I'm not going to ask people for money. I'm going to clean up the town and get paid for it. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. A bag! Yo, fuck yeah! Plastic bag! Tools. In my hand? Let's go! Give me them bottles. I'm a good boy. Take bottle. Plastic tear, glass tear. Give me both. Where do they go? They go into my bottle, into my bag. Nice. Okay. All right, what else do we got? We got cans right here. Glass? How much can I hold? Can I hold like a whole lot? Click on you. Yes, I'm a police officer, as I smell disgusting, and I have plastic gloves, and I carry a bag full of trash. I've been kicked out of every joint in Revachol. Well, I'm sorry. I can't really do anything for you. I also have $0. What are you? A splatter of bullet holes line the wall. Let's go up here. I like that I can just double click on something and he'll run there. I don't have to like I could just click up here, down here, and he would go there on his own. Hello? Krakenol. This game, I remembered. This game is called Krakenol. Have you no shame, the man says to his partner, whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
Honey, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, all right?
The other one is eating a big sandwich.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration.
That hat
You're old.
is ridiculous. I'm not gonna... That is a ridiculous hat.
Grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl. What
These
a
men and
statement.
women are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Physical Instrument really just said, who up playing with their balls? All right, I got this. Ball time.
That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
Better observe them first. A moment of your time, fellows. Don't get involved in the game. Hand-eye coordination, medium 10. Grab the ball and show them how it's done. High 92, +2 acting without hesitation. Let's fucking go, dude. The green, I succeeded, right? Come on now. Come on!
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work.
Feel the
metal
ball.
ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of
Scars of victory.
Already, your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball.
The man ball. That's what I call Salty. Salty, you are the man ball. This is a really good way to describe life. Not failures. Bumps of learning and scars of victory. I like that.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds,
I'm writing that down.
smells, even the wind, everything fades.
I'm
until
writing it
the
down.
only thing left is the union of man and ball.
The union of man and ball. Who up unionizing their man ball? Hold on one second. Whenever I have a thought, or I read a line in a book, or a comic, or I hear something in a song, or something that makes me think, I write it down in my notes on my phone. I've been doing this for 2 phones. I have notes from starting in like 2021, I think I started doing this. I've got this is pages of notes, and this one that I just wrote in is one long note. It's so long. I've been writing so much. Some of these I read back and I'm like, I thought that was good. Sometimes I read something and I'm like, really? But sometimes I read something and it like I don't remember what I thought of it then, but I feel something new now, and I wish I could remember exactly what I thought, exactly how I felt when I wrote it down, but I can't. I don't even remember the context of it, but it like re-inspires me. I'll unionize your man balls anytime. Okay, all right. What does that even mean? There's time for a last glance inward. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency.
Maximum. The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet. What the fuck?
Merde! Bordel de merde!
Oh my god, my character is such a fucking idiot. The old soldier yells out in outrage.
A whorehouse of shit. It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem?
No, not a weak right tricep, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
Wait, what?
You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with friends.
Pétanque. What did I say? Crackanole? Crackanole is a different game. Krakenol. Hold on, let me look up Krakenol. Bro, fucking just unlock, phone. Damn. Krakenol. Yeah. Crokinole. Crokinole. Crokinole is this game. It's like marbles, but instead of it's like marbles where you have a circle and a ring and you try to like get it, meets shuffleboard and the Olympic game with the big stones and the brushes, and the board with the sand, and it's long and you like slide it down the board. The bar game. Crokinole is like that. It's like a mixture of all those things. We can't play petanque with 5 bowls. Curling, thank you. Sorry, an honest mistake. Oh, petanque. I understand.
No, you don't. Our petanque game is ruined. We want our bull back.
He's getting angry again.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
The Jolly One tries to defuse the situation.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You are as a goddamn bull.
The heel of the cavalry boot slams on the ground. I will try to fix this. Listen, guys, the ball is gone, and I have a murder to solve. No, I feel bad.
Not forgiven. When men at least try to right their wrongs.
I agree.
I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
No, I agree with this. Like, people can say sorry, but if they don't even try to right their wrong, then they're not forgiven. People are forgiven not because they successfully fixed it, but because they try and they show compassion and regret even for the mistake that they've done. That's my view.
Why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder.
Why did I come here?
You never
But they might not know anything about the
You might
murder.
know something.
But they might
This is
know.
a good vantage point.
They might know who could have committed the murder, like tensions, like gang violence, right? They could know that. Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of the Whirling Rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
He shrugs. And most of the locals?
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops?
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime.
Renee Arnault.
Time is better spent discussing politics.
So, again, you don't know anything. What about police women? What? Okay, I understand what the game is trying to do. It's giving me the option to be like feminist cop, but I feel like this adds. While I do, fuck it.
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
Not to mention keeping the station tidy and the men fed and happy. There are no duties RCM women couldn't carry out. I try to avoid voicing opinions on controversial matters. Let's just drop it.
But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain, more challenging tasks. Don't you, officer?
I got into an actual argument with a friend years ago, 2020, about this exact thing. He went from he got really into like Joe Rogan, and he changed. And we were at a barbecue joint, and he was like yelling in my face about how women are inferior to men. And I couldn't be his friend anymore, man. People who act like that, people who get so passionate about having to be in a position of power over another group of people is just disgusting to me. No, I don't think there's any evolutionary inequality at play here.
Really, officer.
He smirks.
Match an average woman against an average man in a dark alley and see who comes out on top. Gender equality is a very noble, very
Hi,
modern
Bumner.
but in real life, primal roles prevail.
Hmm.
But I do not wish to discuss this matter further.
It's interesting that he holds such a strong opinion, is unwilling to change his opinion or listen to another one, and he'll air them out completely, and then he will be like, I don't want to talk about this anymore, because he doesn't want to hear what you have to say. You seem to be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting
I
variety
did,
of
Bumner. I
the
threw the
game.
ball into the fucking stream, and now I have to go get it because I'm an asshole. The game made me think that I was going to be like good at petanque, that he knew what petanque was, and then he fucking shot puts it into the ocean, 24 meters into the fucking stream. What an asshole! Everything this character does, I'm like, what an asshole. God. Does it have anything to do with the bullet holes I've been seeing around?
Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire.
He replies with a reluctant nod. Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why?
Why what?
Redeem him by singing that really sad song on the karaoke machine. I'm going to try to go into the water. Why was heavy artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Communards? Wait, who are the communards again? Did you use artillery fire against them? Maybe we can do a history lesson later.
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly, too valiantly, so valiantly we got licked.
He had squeezing a bull in his fist.
Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda.
What?
And mad anarchist women.
What?
Shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
What? They used Suicide Sex Cult? Also, yeah, Suicide Sex Cult sounds like a band name, and I'm gonna fucking write it down right now. One second. Going back to my notes. Suicide Sex Cult. What a fucking name. Suicide Sex Cult. Hell yeah. Mad anarchist women.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Yeah, they sent in beautiful women and then blew them up. Holy shit. Why shell them here in Martinez? They should have chosen a place far away from people and buildings. I understand. I'd bomb this place too.
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first.
Pointing to the bay. Oh, I see.
Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
He nods, inspecting you with some disdain.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Mountain
08.
and the Delta.
He points off to the northeast. Deathblow. Sounds grim. Operation Deathblow is fucking insane. I'm writing that down too. Operation Deathblow is a fucking spectacular name. Operation Deathblow. Nod thoughtfully and turn to look northeast.
This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we played pétanque on their mangled corpses.
He says, looking down at the soil. Okay, also, it's 51. He said that this war happened in 08. It's been 43 years since then.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
You think I would form a ska band? You think I would form a post-punk ska band? If I formed anything, it would be... I'm not very good at music. I'm not very good at playing in a band. I'm good at playing on my own, just like fucking around on an instrument, but I'm not very good at playing in a band. If I were to play in a band, I would probably... I don't know. Emo? Not emo. There's a band I like called Julie. Julie. Maybe I would sound like them. Maybe? The other one shakes his head. You got old Renee going there, like he isn't angry enough already. Is that why everything is so bombed out?
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
There's a strange gleam in his eyes. You should be the bandmate with sex appeal and zero talent. I have like 2 talent. 2 out of 10, okay? The one on the magazine covers.
The Union Socialists are practically running the place.
A dark shadow runs across his face. I don't think I'd be on the cover. 98 sex, 2 talent. I don't think I'd be on the covers, guys. I think I would be like... You would have the cover, the lead on the front. And then you'd have like the second next to them, like leaning up to them or something. And then you'd have me in the background, like there. And people would be like, I'd be like the Ringo. People would be like, I like John. No, I like Paul. Well, I like Ringo. And everyone would be like, wow, she's a fucking freak. You underestimate how much people love Catboys. Well, I'm not even a Catboy. What instrument do you know how to play? I can play the violin. It's been about a year since I last played, and before then, it was about 8 years. The last time I picked it up was in 2014, and then I didn't play again until last year. So, that was a decade. I didn't play the violin for a decade. And then I played it again last November, November 2023. Yeah, November 2023. I can't sing. I mean, I do sing, but... I've never been trained. I've thought about going to singing lessons, but I don't think I've got it. I like singing, but in my car alone. You know what I mean? And you underestimate how much people love Catboys, is what you're agreeing with, Salty? Waiting. Well, let's hear it then. No. No karaoke.
Well, it's your own damn
And I
fault.
play the ukulele.
You
I don't
win
play
the
the ukulele.
coalition
I
of a
own a
show.
ukulele,
Who
and I
you
like
want
to
blame?
play it.
Never finish
I think the
job.
ukulele has a negative connotation with it. When people usually hear like, "Oh, I play the ukulele," they think of like the fuckboys and like those teenagers that are like pseudo emotional. You know what I mean? Karaoke redeemed for $50K? No. You know what my favorite song to sing right now is? Have you ever watched the show Steven Universe? There's a song. It's Over, isn't it? I didn't even finish Steven Universe, but I was watching a karaoke like a year ago of a VTuber, and she sang It's Over, Isn't It? By Pearl. I barely know anything about the show, to be real with you. I've watched like maybe 2 seasons as they were coming out years ago, but I really like that song, and I sing that song a lot. I like that song. That's like the song that I sing in the car on the way to work, which is kind of depressing if you think about it. But no, if I were to do a karaoke, it would be like to celebrate a major milestone. Can't think of Cartoon Network shows without thinking of that one guy who had hella CP. I have literally no idea what you're talking about. I don't think I want to know what you're talking about. I think that is a horribly depressing thing. These cartoons are aimed at children, and it becomes a little sketchy to me when adults become too invested in things aimed for children. Just, that might be controversial, but that's what I'm going to say. Well, it's your own damn fault, the Jolly Man remarks. You, we, the Coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence. Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it, and it worked, too. There is a strange gleam in his eyes. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinet they keep as a monument. A dark shadow runs across his face, and now the Union Socialists are practically running the place. Oh, I see. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not even going to look that up. There's... He stops mid-sentence and turns to you. What do you think? I don't really think anything. I have memory loss. I'm an amnesiac idiot.
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Some things are too depressing to look up, I think is the way to put it. 5 years ago, I would have cared. And I'm not saying I don't care, but I would have been, like, forcefully in the know. My eye looks really red. I would have looked it up. I would have been in the know. If you had brought that up, I probably would have been like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I don't, and I've kind of decided that some things are just too... they make me too sad, and so I just don't research them. And it's not that I don't care, it's that, like, there's only so much I can care about. That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for the hard-working class to take over. Foreign powers clean up our mess, and now they rule us. Shake your head in shame. This coalition seems quite capable, actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. I think this one...
I'm sorry it had to be them.
He looks down at
8
his
years
boots.
of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains.
Fuck.
I would have preferred if the right honorable King Guillaume returned to
Guillaume.
Portugal, or even if that damn clan Frisell had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio.
He sighs.
This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
Who was this Frisell? You mentioned Guillaume? What exactly is a suzerain? Yeah, who is
The
Guillaume?
king, in both blood and mind, led Revachol before Frisell. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile.
Oh.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he doesn't want to admit it.
I quite love the story for Renee and Gaston. Yeah, we have a man who... they both lived through this time, but one accepts for what it is, and another refuses and laments what could have been.
Damn Frisell. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution.
Hyperlai. The old veteran falls silent and massages his chest.
He slouches as he says that. It makes him smaller, admitting they left the king to the mob.
So, to piece it together, what's kind of happening here, it seems like, well, it is, there was a warring political parties, and it was so bad that a foreign power had to step in and, like, maybe America, maybe like a Russia type, you know, a strong military force had to come in. They razed the ground, they razed hell, and then they stormed, used that destruction as a leverage to come in and seize power. But because they didn't really win, it's kind of like this limbo state where there is no ruler, there is no ruling government. It's just kind of in limbo, and because of that, all this bullshit has moved in, and now people are striking over fucking whatever because maybe the companies have more power than the government has power. Laments what could have been and wishes to return to that point long ago, enough to wear his uniform long after duty ended. It's true.
The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? They forgotten already.
He then slowly nods to himself.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Composure legendary. What is this about this old soldier that makes him stand so proud? I'm not going to do a legendary. So, what he told me is that there is a... Not bad, Renee. You might stand a chance this time. What he told me is that there is a intense political backing to the social struggle that is happening right now. That this is not a new problem. It just has a new mask. Enemy bulls, worthy of enormous bulls, ready of a real man. The damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake. It's okay to do the legendaries because failure is another means forward in this game. That's true. That is true. I'm so tired of being idiot cop. You know what I mean? So I'm like adverse to taking chances. I can't go in the water. How am I supposed to get the bull? Due to some confusion over the game Renee and Gaston were playing, you threw one of their pétanque balls far into the sea. The shot was excellent, but now you owe them a ball, or at least a similar looking metal sphere. I think that's something I'm going to have to find eventually. What is that?
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary.
I've only seen one of these in my life, and it was in San Francisco, and it didn't fucking work. All of them were taken up. Like, there was a bunch of tourists around them. I think it was looking at Alcatraz, if my memory serves me correctly, and I finally got up to one, and it didn't fucking work. It took my money, and it would not focus.
In the middle of such poverty.
What's a tourist attraction doing here?
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick.
The lieutenant looks around and concludes.
They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Everard Clare, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
I see. The union is law. Cool. I dig organized crime. That's the best. Can't we do something about
We
it?
should have done something about the union 10 years ago.
True.
That ship has sailed, officer.
True. They're too powerful now. I'm a union man. As long as the union is fighting for the rights of the worker. A lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifferent to your approach. That was one of my problems. When I worked at UPS in a hub, it's interesting. It's the same union at all UPSs. It's the same union, I think worldwide, or at least America-wide. And, but at each hub, the union has, like, varying strength. It's fucking raining. Do you see that? And one of the hubs that I worked at had a very strong union. You couldn't say anything to anyone without a union representative being there. You couldn't write anyone up. You couldn't issue discipline. You couldn't be like, hey, we're going to fire you. You couldn't fire people who didn't show up to work. One guy didn't show up to work. He showed up to work like once in 2 months, and we couldn't fire him because he showed up, and the union kept fighting for him to keep his job. He just wasn't coming. I literally talked to him. I was like, why don't you show up to work? And he was like, because the union fights me. I don't need to. You guys, I get my free insurance, and I don't even need to fucking work here. Because the union was so strong, and they had such a strong pool. And while I'm a union man, I love the union. I think that men should unionize together. Workers, not men, humans, should unionize together for rights and respect and human decency. But my main problem with the union at where I was the union rep was just this fucking guy. He never worked. He just showed up and bitched about some shit and then went home. And he made a lot of money. And I was like, this is just a fucking... You're coasting. You're not working for me. You're not working for my fellow workers. You're not doing any of that shit. You're just a piece of shit collecting a paycheck and acting angry. And that shit, it made me so angry. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. When people abuse the union for their own personal gain. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, roundabout north. Cape Side Apartments. Inside, the frame of a motorcycle in repair and the tools used to disassemble it.
Up here, Piggo.
Don't call me Piggo. There's a girl up there. Did she spill this paint? That looks like blood.
The streets will flow red once
Cindy
more.
the Skull.
A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The girl stares at the sailboat by the pier.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull.
Cindy the
What else do you
fucking
wanna know?
Skull.
Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Her eyebrows are insane. Those are some thick brows. I see why they call her the Skull. They're so low on her. They're like touching her eyelids. They make her look much more gaunt. We just want to know your name, little lady. No need to get defensive. Don't use that tone with me. I am the law. Let's start with your blood type and go from there. Hep, yeah. When were you last tested? Just answer some questions, okay?
And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
Despite the sass, she puts the brush aside. Brush? What brush? You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at? What are you doing on the wall? What are you doing to the wall? Do you know anything about the recent murder?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
Oh, interesting. She nods disdainfully toward the woman performing maintenance on the boat docked next to the pier.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
She looks very prim.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
She hisses. Ozon Horn.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershaw. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Who is she?
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing.
He nods in her direction.
You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to Ozon.
I'm noticing. Hi, Minnie. I'm noticing that a lot of these voice actors recite their lines as if they are reading them. Welcome to Disco Elysium. Have you played this game, Minnie? Have you ever played it? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Like, the way that she said, run along now, fuck her shit up, impound that boat while you're at it, sounded like she was reading. And I'm noticing that about a lot of these voice actors. The older men, Renee and Gustav, I think was his name, sounded very natural. But like the main narrator and her sound not that natural. Oh, you love it. It's also Sem's favorite. Whoa! Well, I'm playing it, and I'm enjoying it. It's a lot. I feel like I'm being thrown into a world, and I feel like I'm jumping into movie 2, and I did not watch movie 1 that sets up the plot, like, and I'm just a new character in movie 2, and everybody's like, what do you mean you don't know what Revachol is about? What do you mean you don't know about the death blow of '08? You know what I mean? Random fun fact, the devs of the game, was actually a cultural movement group of sorts. Before that all went to shit, that is. I have heard that. I do know a little bit about their history and what's happened to them since the release of this game. I know that they say pirate our game because the game was like stolen from them by the publisher. I know that this is based on a book. It's based on a book that I actually have. I own the book. I can't remember the name of it. It's a whole book, and prior knowledge of politics is needed a little bit. I think that the game is doing a very good job because we are like an alcohol-induced amnesiac, and we are kind of main character here. Disgusting Ghoul is completely lost. It's helping me as the viewer, the player, follow along with what's going on because he doesn't know what's going on, so I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? It's working, but it is a lot. And I'm desperately trying to not be a dumb asshole. But yeah, if you want to know more about the city, you have to find the info. True. Raphael Cousteau is a fine gentleman. How dare you besmirch his visage? Are you talking about him? Bro, he's a fucking ghoul. Look at him. he looks like a ghoul from like fucking Fallout 3. BRB getting food. Okay, Code, she said that thing. Minute, she said the thing. She's never coming back. BRB getting food. Wait. I thought Minnie was supposed to stream. Fuck you. Are you sure you want to send this? I thought that you were going to stream at 6:30. Oh, you finish work at 6:30. Wait, all right. Oh. Interesting. Whatever. Minnie does what Minnie does. What are you doing to the wall?
I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
Aereo graffitio.
I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
She studies the wall, suddenly pensive. So, you don't know how to write? Why are you so committed to defacing the building? I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation.
You know, Bumner, back to Renee, when we were talking about how he is, like, stuck in time, I think that is a really good description of the city as well. The more that I talk to people about how they feel about the city and what the city is like, it feels like Revachol is stuck in time and nothing matters and nothing changes and nothing gets better. Maybe things don't even get worse. Maybe they just are bad. You know? It's weird.
Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna have to stop you. This is hooliganism. Actually, I don't have an opinion. I lied.
Thanks.
I will say once again, Shivers, my beloved.
Now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
She means the opposite.
Me telling her that I like it gets her to stop. Why do you like Shivers? Go ahead and explain why you like Shivers. I don't have it, so it doesn't matter. Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein.
She wrinkles her nose.
Forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
I bet she's the mother of fucking Kuno. The way she talks sounds like she knows Kuno. Catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Whatever. I'm just doing my fucking job. What is this? Trash? Locked. Okay, let's see. Anything over here? What is this? Oh, nice!
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside. The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
The hall echoes with her cackle.
No, I already told you. I won't be
Anymore.
for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
She trails off, leaving the sentence unfinished.
Backyard door. There must be another
Kim,
entrance to
tell her we're real policemen.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
The lieutenant repeats dutifully.
There is no reply. Just faint, sweeping sounds inside.
She said, bitch, I don't care. Fuck you, you're a liar. So earlier I said that the physique line is more about the baser brain and body. Shivers is a skill for the sixth sense, the connection to the land around you and the thoughts that form just as they reach your spine. So what makes you like it, Bumner? I understand the draw of it, but what specifically makes it your favorite? Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A. Your room in the whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop. It's true. This is worth more than you'll ever earn in all your life. That's also true.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds her hand over the railing. Shake her hand.
Glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold. Shivers lets you love the land. People shy. Okay, all right. I get it, Bumner.
Like steel, there is strength.
Like that
there.
caveman
If
shit.
she wanted,
Like that
she could see
primal
those
instinct
deep
type.
skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
He literally said he's weird, but he's a cop. And just so happens that the land is a dilapidated city. The land is a character. So what Shivers is Shivers gives you the ability to read the character, which is the land. So I see. And then like Inland Empire lets you communicate with your brain like it's a separate entity, right? Is that what how you would describe that?
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic. It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
I took zero of that bullshit. When I played a couple years ago, when I first tried this game, I went full art cop. I wanted to be art cop because I was at the time I was an artist. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be art cop. I'm gonna try this shit out. And so I went like Inland Empire and full into this one, Psyche. I think it is Psyche and Motorix was what I focused on. This time I went more for logic because I want to play more of a detective role.
How interesting.
She turns to
Wish for a
you
swift recovery.
unfazed.
In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
I don't care about her boat. I can infer why she's on a boat. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do? What can you tell me about the strike?
Everything.
That I care
Right
about.
up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Wait, what if we want to hear the trade secrets? what is your role in this precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago.
Oh, I
After that awful
see.
lynching took place.
So the lynching is more than just a murder. It's the linchpin on why this city is unmoving. It's like it boiled over to the murder, and now the murder is like the full stop. It's like the nail in the coffin.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
2 meter 20. So like 6'4"? 6 foot something? Tell us more about this behemoth. So the strike is connected to the lynching? How were the talks going before the lynching?
Yes, I believe there is a connection. But that's a subject for later.
Her eyes are narrow.
What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos.
She
A
pauses.
racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organization now.
Why would they employ a racist giant? Like, what does that do for them?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago.
Oh my god,
Yes,
she thinks.
in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
He looks at his notes.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
I don't like how she says negotiator. Like it's... I'm so used to hearing it as negotiator, but she says negotiator. It's
This
weird.
isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say...
Dump that tea in the harbor. America. No, not America. I have no pride.
Ludicrous, even. It's meant.
Union wants significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive. Interesting. What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it?
She pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Okay then.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator
Oh,
who Mr.
God.
Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
What are their
There are
demands?
leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Oh.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
So they want shares in the company. I like it. I don't know what to think about it. Over-aggressive, commie posturing. Seems like they have no idea about business. Forget it. I want to ask something else about the strike. I don't know what to think about it, truly. I don't really have enough knowledge.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature
What?
of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
That is a lot. But you know what? The union at UPS, everyone part of the union had to vote. When the contract would come around, we had to vote. So,
Just so
I
you
mean...
understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees. of
Oh, I
Wild Pines
see.
Group.
So they're posturing to be put into a position above everything. It's pretty funny, I have to admit. The workers can't be kings. The king is king. The king is dead. Long live the workers.
They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again.
Which means that's what they actually want.
And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
The lieutenant looks up from his notes.
I first heard it from the boyar at the gates.
The boyar?
The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
Oh, him!
This checks out.
Yeah, that's, the guy that we talked to. At his truck. Didn't he say the same thing? Maybe it wasn't him. I need to check that. Tell me about this union boss, Mr. Clare. Wrong guy?
Everard Clare
Okay.
is a man of the utmost integrity.
Truck guy is Tommy Lahome. Oh, okay, that was right. Okay.
He always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Ew.
If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe?
No.
No.
A rapier. You sound like you're about to take a rapier to him. Is he that bad? He can't be that bad.
Oh, heavens no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin.
Ew. She stops and smiles. Is he that
the most
bad?
corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother,
Oh,
Edgar.
no. Call me Manana, the guy on the stairs by the strike area. Okay, I haven't been over there yet. Wait, there are two of him?
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
You know, my older brother had a lazy eye growing up, and it wasn't that bad, but like, I think it was his right eye. Whenever you would be talking to him, he would be focused on you with his left eye, and his right eye would just kind of shift a little bit. It wasn't really bad, like it didn't go like away, but it would just kind of, just a little bit, and he wore an eye patch on the left eye for like two or 4 weeks or something like that, and it fixed it. That's all it took. He wore an eye patch, and he trained his eye to stay focused all the time, and that fixed it. I was surprised by how easy it was, truly.
It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
A girl I used to date had an eye that couldn't move to the right, but it was just one eye. So that meant that, like, with her right eye, it would be looking forward, but her left eye would look left, or to the right. And she could look left with both of them, but only one eye could look right. That's interesting. I wonder if that was, like, muscle paralysis or something like that. You know, because it's muscles around our eye that move the eye around. It's not like our eye itself is moving in the socket. The muscles around the eye are what move it. So that's very interesting that she couldn't move it to the right. Did it impact her life in any way? Like, I assume not very. Her brain probably just filled in the images. Oh, but you know what? Let's say it is on the right. It's her right eye that can't look right. That would mean if she looked to the right while not moving her head, her left eye would only see her nose. And so she would have to turn her head to see past her peripheral vision. If she wanted to see anywhere past right here, she would have to look because her eye, left eye, wouldn't have the field of view. That would impact your life, actually, pretty annoyingly. She was very literally inbred. Oh, God, I didn't think that shit actually happened. I had no idea how to say that in a polite way. I mean, it's the truth, if it is the truth. I didn't think that people... I don't want to continue that conversation. What about the union itself outside the brothers, Claire? I didn't listen to what she said. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. What about the union itself outside the brothers?
The Debarders Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the
Debarders.
Emergency Act. But they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression. Yeah, I mean, it is the truth, but the truth doesn't have to be mean. And that is true, Bumner. That is a fact right there. Saying being honest is not the same as being mean. And sometimes it's hard to say something truthfully without being mean. But I don't think that what you said was mean. I think it was just stating a fact. And an unfortunate fact. It's like children who are born with fetal alcohol syndrome. It's not their fault. But pointing out that a child has fetal alcohol syndrome it's truth. And you can say that without being mean about it. But to the child, I don't think we should be mean to the people who have that syndrome. But we should be mean to the parents who drink alcohol while pregnant. It's your fault. And you fucking suck.
A mob. The Debarders are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
The lieutenant says succinctly.
Refreshingly honest, officer.
She
The
nods.
company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debarders Union is...
Oh, I see. So her parents really broke the cycle. But because their parents and whatever up their generation had not, that's really unfortunate. But that does mean that if she has children with someone not in a similar gene pool, her children should be fine. And as long as they continue the tradition of not sharing genes, their children should be fine. That's how you do it, man. Like a lot of European nobility is from inbreeding. Blonde hair and blue eyes is from inbreeding. Like super fair hair and super fair skin and blue eyes are symptoms or consequences of inbreeding. Long chains of inbreeding from the Europeans. So, I mean, that's just the truth, man. Humans have inbred a lot in our ancestry. Like, most Asians are related to Genghis Khan. You know? In the book I'm reading, I'm in book 4 of Mistborn. Minor spoilers, because of events in the story of book 1 through 3, book 4, which happens after a very sizable time skip, most people are related to each other by like cousinhood, like 5th or 6th cousin. And in that world, they're not inbred much, but they can trace back a couple tens of generations. They'll be like, oh yeah, we share great times 10 grandfather. You know what I mean? And it's weird, but it's also kind of just like a fact of humanity. Just the truth of the way that humans have been, you know? Protagonist was getting busy in books 1 through 3. No, actually. That's one of... I don't want to spoil it, but that's one of the very disappointing things of the end of book 3 is the opposite of what you just said. It was very disappointing for me because I was like, wow, this is sad. It was very sad, truly. I don't want to spoil it, though. It's an alright book. I think I would give Mistborn 1 through 3. I give Mistborn 1 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. It's a really good standalone. I give Mistborn 2 straight 6 out of 10, bro. Like, boring. People love that book. It was just straight setup the whole time. And I'm not one for political intrigue. Like, I did not give a shit about 99% of Game of Thrones because of the political intrigue, the pseudo-political intrigue. Boring. So that hurt it for me. I might even give it a 5 out of 10. And then book 3 makes up for book 2, but it's kind of a 7 out of 10 for me. Specifically because the way that a lot of things happen feels very like Deus Ex Machina-esque. So overall, I'd give the Mistborn trilogy, the first 3 books, like a 7 out of 10. And I just finished book 4. I finished book 4 today, and I started book 5, the audiobook. And book 4, it's like a Wild Wild West-esque Western action movie kind of book. And I'm not big on Westerns, but it was actually pretty enjoyable. I'd give it like a 7.5, maybe an 8, for 2 reasons. 1, it's short. And 2, it gets to the fucking point. The first 3 books of Mistborn take so long to get to the point, and it's like, it's just so wordy. I've complained about this enough. But then book 4, it's like he finally learned how to write, and he just tells the story, and that's it. And it's good. It's good. Now I'm on book 5, and we'll see where it goes. It might be bad because apparently a lot of people don't particularly like this era, as they call it, the next trilogy, I guess. But I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. I'm giving it a try. And your opinion, detective? If I may ask, I'm a curious and talkative person, you see, she explains. Would you say the Devotees Union is an effective advocate for the rights of local workingmen, a giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol, basically a socialist mob? I prefer not to have an opinion. Honestly, I'm kind of split here. I think that the union, overtime pay, workers' comp, sick leave, paid holidays, the stuff that they negotiated for already is great. But then you hear about the stuff that the people in charge do, and you're like, they're the people, just like I explained in real life, the people that fucking ruin shit. They don't fight for you, they fight for their pocketbook. And so and the way that it's running, where they're running the city down into the shits, and they're purposefully sabotaging the negotiations with the company, and they're doing all this shit. I kind of think it's a giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol. The prophecy is real. Minnie left for food and never came back, and now she started stream. I told you, bro. I fucking told you. She said BRB getting food, and she does not come back. You know how many times she has come in here and said BRB getting food, and then I have finished streaming like an hour later, and then gone to another stream, and she's in there? I know Minnie. I've only known Minnie for like 2 months. I know Minnie.
Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
It's true. And they grow larger, too. One more thing. You said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Oh, no.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
This forewoman, her name?
This forewoman. Her name? Eerie. It happens. Some kind of extortion, probably.
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name.
What?
She's just forewoman. In private correspondence, Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to the Union's files.
Some kind of extortion, probably?
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a Union matter.
A Union matter.
The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
This is very interesting to me. A Union matter. Because at UPS, they did not The union does not employ people. The union doesn't, like, a lot of people say, like, oh, the union is what gets us our benefits. The union is what gets us our holidays and our overtime pay. Yes, they negotiate for those things, but the people who pays for, they think that their union dues are what pay for their benefits. But that's not true. Your union dues pay for the union people to be in power, to negotiate, to fight for you. Hi, Mac, to be your lawyer in the hub. But UPS pays for your education, your tuition reimbursement. UPS pays for your health insurance. They pay for your holidays. They pay for your overtime pay. You are employed by UPS. You are employed by this company that she works for, Wild Pines or whatever. So it's weird that the company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. That's weird to me in real life compared to the reality of the game, because in real life, the union can't fire you. The union can't hire you. You're employed by the company, and then you join the union, and they fight for you. That's weird to me. So, I mean, in my brain, it's a little weird that they can just, like, fire or get her to quit and then just say, like, it's a union matter, you know? It gives you leverage, or your employer that might fire you anytime. Yes, that's true, Mac. Yes, I agree. And that's really what the union was for, was especially in a right-to-work state, which America has a lot of those, basically saying that. And you have the right to work, and an employer has the right to fire you for any reason at any time. So, like, in Texas, where I worked at UPS, they could fire me because they didn't like me, and they could just say it was for some arbitrary reason, right? So it was kind of hard to get fired, to like pull up like a wrongful termination case. And the union was there to prevent that. The union was there to say, like, you can't get fired for having bad hygiene. You know what I mean?
Thank you for your concern, man. We'll be just fine.
That's all I need here. Let's change the topic.
Of course. How else can I help?
Tell me about this lynching. Wow, she is a wealth of information. Today, Amazon closed all of its delivery service in Quebec because they unionized. Yes, and Starbucks does the same thing. 1,800 fired? Damn. Wow. Just, that's it. You think you're making a change, and then the only thing that changes is you lose your job. Also, that's insane. That means that there's no more Amazon delivery in Quebec. Unless they hire all new people. That means, like, can you still order anything in Quebec? If you ordered something off of Amazon, would you get it delivered? They will do with tier service. Oh, I see. So instead of being delivered by an Amazon truck, it would be delivered by, like, a UPS or FedEx. A shitty company. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. So the customers, they would rather take a hit to their monetary gain and their customer base and their efficiency. You'll never get a 1-day delivery or a 2-day express from Amazon in Quebec anymore until they set up a new service or something. I revoke my Prime sub. I think you should, because it's no longer worth the money. Truthfully, I'm going to be real with you. I don't think Prime is worth the money for anyone. I don't think it's worth the money for anyone. I think it's a huge waste of money. It incentivizes you to spend more money by clicking a button and it showing up, teleporting to your home. It's so easy to just spend. There is so many times that I've craved sweets, and if I spent money on DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever the fuck other delivery, I would spend so much money on sweets because I have such a sweet tooth. But the having to put on pants and go outside and go to a restaurant and sit down and order a sweet or go to the store and buy something and wait in line and then drive all the way home is such a deterrent for me that I don't buy sweets. I only do it when it's either instantly convenient, like I'm already out, or I really want it. You know what I mean? Well, I go to the store, meet new people. Your health will thank you. True. I don't meet new people. I do everything in silence. I keep my headphones in, audiobook blasting. How do you think I finished so many audiobooks? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves.
The lieutenant hands her a piece of blue plastic.
Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41.
He points at you.
He doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, detective?
She returns the lieutenant's badge and turns to you. Remember when my partner told you that I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
She looks increasingly worried. It's possible. After a night of heavy drinking, I lost all memory of my life and the world. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia.
What a fucking word.
I don't know how to respond.
She sighs with confusion, sadness even. Encephalopathic. I'm Google. Whoa, sorry if that was loud. Hold on, let me Google that word. Oh, well, okay, all right. I dropped my phone twice, so we're just going to click over here. Encephalopathic. Encephalopathic is the term that describes a brain disorder or disease that affects the brain functions or structure. It can be caused by a number of factors, including infections, drugs, or brain injury. Interesting. What's up, Osama bin Laden? How you doing? We're playing, game.
I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
I'm glad you're good. Like, worker that defend their boss? Yeah, I'm sure they have that too. This game looks interesting. It's apparently it's a very beloved game. A lot of people... No, it's not Dredge. It's, Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium. It's basically a visual novel. It's like a point-and-click detective story, and it's very good. It's very good. It's got a very interesting art style. To give you a very, very quick summary of the story, there's very, very intense political struggle in the city between a union and a company and multiple governing bodies, and a lynching happened. A man was murdered and hung from a tree, and we are a alcoholic cop who lost their memories due to brain damage, and this is us right here in the bottom left, and next to us is Kim Kitsuragi, who is our partner, who is another cop, and we are investigating the murder, and we are slowly discovering that we don't really know who did the murder, because there are so many people who have interest in that field of the murdered man, so we really don't know. It reminded me of Dredge with the art style. I could see that. I watched a little bit of Dredge on someone else was playing Dredge. I watched a little bit of it, and it's got that, like, very unique art style. But no, this is not Dredge.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
God
She's
damn
a
it.
professional negotiator. She should be
Oh,
open to
28%.
some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Then I'll find it somehow. Let's talk about something else until I
Of
do.
course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly clear. The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us.
You seem rich. Can I have some money? I'm not going to ask for money. Thank you. That's all for now.
Of course, detective.
Okay. Another thing you should probably know, Osama, is I'm fucking poor. I have 40 cents to my name, and if I don't find $130, I am going to be sleeping on the street tonight. I refuse to ask people for money, even though that would probably behoove me to do so. And, yeah. So this game, like, there's a real personal struggle going on here. Let's see. I already talked to you. Can I go this way? No, I can't. And down there is just the guy selling. Looks like there's some more stuff here. Let's go over here. Go, damn you. You called me a broke-ass bitch and held a message for reason. Misogyny. Salty, I will allow your message, but I would appreciate it if you would stop being a misogynist in my fucking chat. Goods from the lorry, haphazardly littering the surroundings. Whirling in rags. Closed for winter. Please use main entrance. Okay. What's up with you? Wait, is it Nudie Mags? A glossy magazine. Most able-bodied men. The issue hosts a top 10 list. Welcome to Revachol. Jump Jams, a popular music mag. Who are you?
Welcome to Revachol.
You can't... Salty. You can't say some fucked up shit in my chat and then be like, oh, I'm just a reflection of the streamer. That is literally not. Salty. Bad boy. Bad boy. Bad boy, Salty. No. Welcome to Revachol, announces the rotund man. The remark isn't addressed to you. It's addressed to the lieutenant. Why are you addressing my partner like that? Hey, I know Revachol. It's where we are.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago.
Wow. The lieutenant fires back.
Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell
It's
him.
men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
He pays you no attention.
What he means is fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Interesting. He's right. You're undermining our best shot at self-determination. Stop ripping into this guy. He's just really proud of being Revacholian. Limbo? What's going on here? Oh, okay. I don't want to deal with this.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Oh, you tell him.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
He doesn't need backup. I'm going to be real with you. I think that Kim totally has this. Fucking A, Kim, I've got your back. Point your finger pistols at the lieutenant. Pow. Well, I think we all learned something here. Smile at the lorryman. Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions. Honestly, I don't think Kim needs me to back him up. I think Kim needs me to just, we set the tone, and now we move on.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smoldering between his fingers.
He smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
Wait, how long has this been going on then? What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
Apples.
Apples?
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions.
That's it? Just apples? We're done for now. That's all what?
Something?
Well, he's a racist. I don't really give a shit what he has to say in explanation for his racism. He's a fucking racist. Fuck you. A melancholy pop song plays on the radio. Yellow roses, dozens of them. Tulips, too. What is this? What does that say?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Fuck yeah.
Bottles clunk.
$1.20. Let's go.
With a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Dude, we're so fucking rich. Holy shit. We have $1.60. I'm fucking rolling in it.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something.
Wow, that is a terrible hat. She returns to her magazine.
What's that magazine she's reading?
Why is there 3 T's in this word?
I don't know. Frit?
She shrugs. And what is frit? Why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it
funkier. She chews her gum in disgust.
The story goes that normal fritta with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc.
I'm writing that word down.
to a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
Vredefort. What a good name. What a great name. I like indie niche games like this. Yeah, this is a very dense game. It's based on a book, apparently, Osama. It's based on, I can't remember if the book is where it comes from. European? What magazine are you reading?
This?
She looks at the cover, boasting a colorful photo of 2 girls kissing. Scandalous.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Oh, come on.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Stupid famous people. When a game's based on a book, that's how you know it'll be good. Because it's, I agree, because it's made as like a passion, a labor of love. Like, people don't just make games based on books because they think it'll be a good game. They make it because they think it deserves to be made. You know what I mean? I approve of this. Very futuristic. Tap on the girls kissing. Forget about all that. What is this? What this is police fashion police feature. What this is fashion police feature. Point at the cover. I'm not interested in that magazine. I don't know why I asked about it.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
She stops to think. Who's the numero uno guy in there right now? And does he look like this? Point at yourself. Point to her hat. I bet your hat would take the prize. So, who's the most stylish there? Can't be anyone from here.
Benita. She's a model. Usually it's a model. Or a singer-songwriter. Or a model.
Or a model.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
The lieutenant looks at you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
She puts down the magazine. Do you have any ammonia for sale? Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
I like how we're in, like, the place that we are in, everyone has a very thick accent. But she just kind of sounds like a 19-year-old. You know what I mean? And it's kind of funny that, like, all teens kind of just sound like teens, you know? Did you know the man who died?
Not really.
Not really. Does it mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
How long has it been up there?
No, really long.
What do you think happened?
I don't...
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
The lieutenant's voice is soothing and professional.
Okay.
Thank you for your help.
She looks up from her magazine, eyes filled with tired ennui.
I learned this word like 2 years ago. I had never heard this word until like 2 years ago. This word has entered my, like... This is my word. What accent do you think they have? Some of them sound very French. Some of them sound very Eastern European. Some of them sound very British. I've heard this 20-year-old, she kind of sounds British-ish. She has a little bit of like a... But she sounds like she's on the internet. You know what I mean? But there is no internet in this world. But just like when I hear, like on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts or something like that, when I hear the youth of today, including myself, really, I'd say Gen Millennial and down, a lot of people still have accents, very, very thick accents or very slight accents, but increasingly more with each generation. People are losing their individual accents, and they just kind of all sound like that internet accent, where they don't really have a distinguishable, you can't really hear a location in their voice. You just kind of hear that same... And I think I remember watching a YouTube video on it years ago where they said that it's a Californian accent because so many Californians became very popular YouTubers and streamers that we all kind of sound Californian now, which is very interesting to think that someone in Australia trying to put on a non-Australian accent would sound Californian, of all things. But it does make sense where, that's who we spent most of our time listening and watching. And, we emulate the people that we find interesting, and we learn how to say certain words from listening to people say them, right? And so it does make sense that we would all kind of... And there's also like the embarrassment factor of it, right? When I'm from Texas, but you would never hear Texas in my voice, except for maybe that I say the word ain't, I guess, but I don't say y'all. I don't say how meowdy, When I was younger, I thought people with accents stopped talking like that when they were alone. Like they just did it for show. No. It's interesting because, people think of accents as something that other people have, right? When I hear people with an accent speak, like when I am around people who English is their second language, I think that they're speaking English with an accent. Or I think of people who speak with a French accent, or like these characters who speak with a very thick Eastern European accent. But everyone has an accent. It's not something that they have. It's something that is, right? It's the same thought of like, I'm not stuck in traffic. I am traffic. We are traffic currently. Traffic is not something that you are in. It is something that you contribute to, and something that is like a phenomenon of driving a car, and a phenomenon of talking is having an accent. And I guess if I could say if I could pick one accent, I guess I have an internet accent, which is a new burgeoning thing, right? It's like, it's new. It's interesting. It's also ever changing, We call it brain rot, but really it's just slang of our internet accent. That's all that it is. Wow, Twitch is crazy. Somehow your stream turned into mini stream. Wow, Aya, that's crazy. What is she playing? What a way to say that you're cheating on me. I can't believe this. Oh, she's back at Nier. Oh, well, I forgive you. I thought that she was still playing Path of Exile. If she's playing Nier, then I forgive you. I know that you have desires, okay? You can take up your mistresses as long as they're playing Nier, okay? She looks up from her magazine, eyes filled with tired ennui.
Yes, what we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself.
She itches her thumb towards the end of the counter. Can you tell me anything about the dead body? No. Okay, cool. Medicine. Oh, right here. Those look like pastries.
Packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
She's almost at the end of 9 Souls? Oh, I need to watch her fight the final boss. I wonder if she's going to get the true ending or not. Because from what I saw, I kind of had trouble watching her play 9 Souls because I recently played it. And so I've like left that frame of mind of 9 Souls. So watching her play it, I kind of was like, I'm kind of over this. You know what I mean? Her death counter is at 249 right now. That's about where I was before entering the final boss. Yeah, that's about where I was. I was at like 200-ish before I entered the final boss. And then I ended the game at what, like 369, 370, something like that, right? I can't actually remember. I think it was sub 400 though. It was a lot. But I think she's about where I was, yeah. You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf between a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent except for the big Frit slogan on the back.
The packages are small.
$4?
Sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
What's that?
Is what? It's a raincoat.
373. You died to Aeon 104 times. Wow. Well, thank you for looking it up. That is a lot. 373. Holy shit.
If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
That means I entered the boss fight at 269. I knew that I was getting 69 from somewhere. She taps on the glass counter. The raincoats patiently await purchase.
Her attention is drawn to the raincoats. Stealing one undetected will now be more difficult.
No, it's okay. I will buy one. I will be a good boy. I need to find more damn bottles is what I need to do. Trash can right here. Fuck yeah. Magnesium. I can go get my gun. Oh my god. Fucking Pog, dude. Where? Wait, it was this way. Or I can't go get my gun, but I can go find out about my gun. Finally. Yes. I need to talk to this guy again. It's okay. We'll click through it.
A burly man hangs out by
here you go.
Barry the butcher is
from the
very good stuff. I wasn't here to. Too bad it also takes a year and a sure thing.
It is.
Want some too?
Why not?
Well, there's the not really much.
Okay, there we go. All right. What happened to it? I mentioned that I'm a alcoholic amnesiac, right? I drank myself into a stupor to where I caused brain damage, causing me to lose my memory while we are investigating this murder case. And in my alcoholic fugue state, I lost my police uniform, my police badge, and my gun. And I racked up a bill of $130. So, basically, I'm a huge fucking walking nightmare. We've already been through all of this yesterday, and I died because, as you see down here, you have 2 HP. You have 2 mental HP and 2 physical HP. And I lost 1 mental HP from being taunted by a piece of shit kid, and then I took another psychic damage from this man right here by learning that I pawned my gun, and I died. I lost the game.
I haven't had.
Who are you?
All kinds. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods. It keeps.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling.
Someone else came here earlier today asking.
This is a pawn shop.
Okay, all right. We're back where I was.
You've met before. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another.
Wait, I sold you my gun? Someone can just be in your uniform and all. True. And there's no police presence in this city. Meaning that someone could, theoretically, pose as a police officer. Sorry for the hiccups. And someone has my fucking gun. Wait, I sold you my gun? Was the buyer a policeman too? At least now I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer.
He
Said
hesitates.
you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions.
Photon emissions?
The unhealthy kind. Of course.
You might be able to aid
I
my
doubt
investigation.
But I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Do you know anything about the recent
I do
hanging?
my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
Honestly, Bumner, you're probably right. Something else, Osama, is that we would get drunk and then we would point the gun to our head and pretend to blow our brains out in front of people to, like, shock them. So, probably good. Gotta admit, we probably shouldn't be trusted with firearms. I agree. I think that we're okay at being a detective, terrible at being a police officer.
He doesn't know anything.
Actually, that's all I've
The
got.
broker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
I guess that's it. What do you have to say?
Yes?
No. So somebody owns my gun now. Someone out there has my gun, but I have no idea who. I was really hoping that that would be able to give me more information about it, but it didn't give me anything. Hot air rises up from the sewer, sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. I don't think of sewer smell as comforting. Two cans? Could easily backfire. Very much. It very much could backfire. What's in here?
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun.
Trash.
Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and
cool
while doing your dangerous police work.
Yeah, okay. I don't need any of that garbage. I went to a skate shop and I was trying on sunglasses and I found some that looked similar to my glasses and I tried them on and inside the store it was pitch black. I couldn't see anything and so I walked outside and I tried them on and they were so dark, but they were polarized and they were very, very good sunglasses, but they were also $35. And I went back like 4 months later when I finally had a little bit of money that I could just blow like $45 on a pair of glasses and sunglasses. And they were still fucking there. And I use them all the time. When you're driving, they're perfect. I love them while I'm driving. But like the second I walk into a building or if it's a cloudy day, it's so dark. Actual footage of our guy when he's drunk, Fat-ass Wizard Blicky, fucking true, except the bullets are pointed that way. Should have walked out, trying them on a random way. No, because I went to that store all the time. It was a skate shop that I frequented. I think they were $30 or $35, something like that. And yes, that is expensive, but not that expensive for the quality, in my opinion.
Bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
Wow.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass.
Oh, wait, when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone? Lieutenant Kitsuragi leaves? Wow, tutorial. Way to fucking spoil.
Mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito.
Graffito.
Inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the
Whoa.
front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102 with a slogan, "Mankind, be vigilant."
Be vigilant. Glory to mankind. Aw, a good mailbox.
The box seems happy.
Yeah.
Shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. Jean
Fucking Kuno.
have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore.
Wow.
Best set.
Base set, mailbox. I feel you, mail collection box. Been there. Post adventurer, adventurer, mail collection box. Been there. I think this
Mail
one.
collection box.
I healed my morale.
Thankfully, even.
By being nice to a mailbox, I healed my morale. Hell yeah. 2 bottles. Let's fucking go. What is this?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Fuck this. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, new pair of gloves. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Okay, inspect the victim's body. Track down your gun. Keep looking. Maybe someone else knows something. Joyce's info on the lynching. There's something she wants to tell you. You just have to present her with your badge to hear it. Or perhaps if you did her a favor, she could waive off the formality. Whatever the case, you need to know what she knows. I do. Okay, I need to figure out where that shit is. Let's go try talking to someone inside here. Let's see if anyone got anything for me. Can I talk to you? A man is sleeping at the table. Shirt reads Wild Pines encircled by a logo with a tree.
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your feet on the counter rolled out of his open hand. You see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Physical instrument, wake him up.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo.
Medium
Santiago
10?
S. John.
Ooh. This is a red check. It cannot be retried. Fuck it.
Your fingers
Nice.
find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook.
And the man?
Emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick.
Does the lieutenant see me?
He's looking the other way, perhaps purposefully.
Steal the
You slip
document.
the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore. Just for the record, you look nothing like the man on the document.
That's true.
The sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent.
What are the pills?
The man does not mind.
Magnesium. Okay.
More than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck the tutorial. Where's the tutorial setting? Where's the tutorial? Shut the fuck up, tutorial. Twitch integration. Oh, interesting. Streamer mode. Oh, interesting. Hardcore, detective mode, tutorial agent. Goodbye. I don't need that shit. I don't need that shit. Okay, so I got a dock worker ID. Let's go upstairs. Maybe my ID is somewhere in my room. That would be a good idea.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me. Beauty, don't abandon me in all this ugliness. Swallow the emotion.
The door
Yeah.
is closed.
Fucking chill out, bro. What is this room? Oh. Okay. Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera.
Right here.
on the carpet,
Yeah, look at that.
the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor.
I wonder if I could pick up the
The
bottles.
unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. smells of vomit in here.
You're looking at the destruction? I'm sorry for this. I did it my way. This is where the magic happens. Say nothing. Nod stoically. I think I'm going to apologize to Kim.
No problem, officer.
He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave. Can I pick up bottles or anything?
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
This is a bed? Bottle right there. Yes, nice. Can I pick up that bottle? I can. Amazing. Thank you. Can I pick up that bottle? No, even though it's clearly a bottle. Here's some more right here. More money. Money right there. Okay. I see another one. Okay. Anything else? Bottle right there. Very good. I see another one. Anything in the bathroom? What is that? Is that a door to this person's room? Our alcoholism is coming in clutch. We're sleeping on the street tonight. Hey, okay, no, all right. That was like a $2. Okay, that was like $2 worth of shit. I just need to find like 1,300 more bottles. It'll be all right. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. Salty. All right, don't treat me this way. Who are you? It's all about money, you know. Yeah, it is. I do literally need money. The kitchen's open. You got anything new for me, Gart?
Can I help you?
No. The dishes are drying. They smell of chemicals and pine trees.
A thin man is smoking below an
Gorsi Kubek.
occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Goransi and Kubek.
Goransi Kubek.
Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Goransi Kubek. Please. It's not
but
funny.
That's what his name, it says it right here. Goransi, I have some questions to ask. Mr. Kubik, I'm here unofficial. Hello, sir. Got time for a few questions?
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You've got some impressive pots
He
there.
smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
That was it. He has nothing else to say to me. Oh, $1.15 just fucking hanging out? Dude, are you kidding me? What is this door?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue. The door does not budge. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this was painted, maybe.
Cobalt.
It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind the cobalt,
Oh, shit.
old cobalt, it leads to
I
a
can
side
press the
building
numbers.
adjacent to this one.
Whoa.
The old building next to this,
I like clicking
half
more.
ruined. Whatever is behind it must be old.
You do?
The lieutenant
Door
regards you
without
with
investigation.
patient skepticism.
Why do you care where it leads?
I'm drawn to his cobalt blue. It's part of the whirling in rags. There's something about this place that makes me want to know. Out of duty, we may find something pertinent to the investigation. You're right, it's not important. Yeah, we might.
Yes, I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. as a side investigation.
I'm loyal to you, I swear. You have to believe me. Twitch keeps changing your stream to minis. Just open two. Open two tabs. Aya, just open both. It's fine. I am a one stream kind of guy. I can't focus on two, but a lot of people can. Oh, you're on your phone, right? You don't have a computer? Yes, a mini side investigation. No, the door is a mega investigation. The door and the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation.
If you say so.
We're going to talk to Gart, see if he has keys for me. That's probably what Kim Kitsuragi just said.
Can I help you?
I have a computer, but it's not in my room. Okay, I see how it is. This one?
Another thing. Great. I love those.
There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
He shrugs. Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just the frit warehouse, probably.
The gas station hussy is getting the better of Aya. Wow.
Also,
wow.
Boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little.
Fine.
But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
That.
Yes?
Goodbye. Okay, he hasn't found a key. Maybe you. When I worked at UPS, there were a bunch of offices that no one ever used. Ever. And no, they were locked. And no one knew how to get in them. No, there were no keys. They were just doors. And it ate at me. Because I worked there for years. And I'd walk by these doors. And it was like this long hallway. And towards the back of the hallway, there were these 3 offices. 1, 2, 3 in like a zigzag. That no one ever used. Ever. And finally, I just took my ID and I popped open the door, and it was literally shit from like 25 years ago, like paperwork that they stacked in there and they never fucking touched it, covered in dust. There was no, you know what? I think I got, it wasn't these headphones, but I did find a pair of headphones in an old phone box. I was opening boxes up just to see what's in there, and I found like a old Samsung phone box, and the headphones were still in there. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So at least I got something out of it, but huge waste of time. Literally just garbage. Just garbage. Do you know what's behind that door? Point to the blue door.
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door. You see a heavy...
I want to know. The door is intriguing to me. All right, it's 14:14. What time does that make it?
Hello again, sweetie.
No. Let's go drop off our bottles, huh? I guess we keep going this way. I didn't go towards this crowd over here. Right here.
The tear machines, your bottles clump.
$1.20. Yo, I got $3.95. Dude, I'm 5 cents away from a raincoat. Fuck yeah. You know, before I go over here, I did finish that get my shit together. A standard issue dock worker shift card. doubling as a worker's permit. The bottom left corner holds a picture of a man this item used to belong to. The two of you look nothing alike, just so you know. Inspect the victim's body. Okay. We're going to go inspect the victim's body. Finally. I know that I've kind of been avoiding it, but let's go throw up again. Let's throw up again. Stop throwing fucking rocks at it, Kuno. You little bitch.
Still is, looking
72%.
with his white eyes. The body below is
Let's go.
dedicated. As you breathe
Yeah,
in,
let's fucking go.
It's a spell of the mind telling you to run and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
What do you mean spoilers? I'm playing the game. What do you mean spoilers? With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. I've started this game like 5 times. Well, you need to fucking finish it. Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
Hi, Nolo. How you doing?
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots.
God, he's like
Skin is
bloated.
greenish, marbled with decaying veins.
Tattoos.
And blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest. And
I'm Crawl
shoulders.
2.
The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above.
Cargo
appears
belt.
Industrial in strength.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it's thin right there. Tell me about the boots. They look like weird Final Fantasy gear.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them.
You're .05? Nolo, call him Salty.
Delicate and fragile.
Put some respect on my
They
man's
feel
name.
into the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
They aren't just boots, are they? They're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Sabatons. With his notebook under his arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the soles. What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the heel. Fair weather.
He turns the boot
Fair weather
slightly.
Model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest of it? The material looks out of place here. Knock on the boot. Pull the boot off.
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
He nods towards Kuno, who's eyeing you suspiciously. Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there's no rest of the armor. No, he was wearing more
angle
armor.
off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic.
The material looks out of place here.
It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index
We've
finger.
requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
And what's more valuable, your life or my money? How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
5,500 real? And we marked up a bill of 130 real? Hold on 1 second. 5500 divided by... No. Wait. Ain't no way. That's like a lot of money, dude. That's the equivalent. That percentage right there. I make, let's say I make 40,000 a year. 40. Hold on. It's the equivalent of spending like $1,000. We spent like $1,000 on fucking alcohol.
Not too much, yes.
It's enough. Pathetic. I need to hustle more and hate less. Sounds puny. No wonder I can't pay my hostel bill. No, it's enough.
The lieutenant nods, wiping his finger on his sleeve.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out.
He checks his notes.
Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company.
It's snowing. I was like, why did it get darker? Initial report?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
Looks pretty advanced for a security
I
guard.
agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely.
He points to the boot.
Faint organic lines cover the plates.
Congratulations, Aya, on your gamble.
These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony, perhaps.
Isn't this vitae? What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
Interesting. Run your finger over the lines.
Smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination: E50, 100, 1000.
Point to it. Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done.
Kinema.
Can chase it for us.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop!
The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm.
He's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Lieutenant, you seem distressed. Why? Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bad idea.
Asshole! Why's he letting Goku know?
I don't know, baby. I don't know why.
Baby? Why did you call your sister baby?
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by putting on the deceased foot?
Nothing.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Inspect the
The
belt.
hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the bra. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under six-rotor airships.
Oh, don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Salty, one day you're gonna learn how to type. People sing Sweet Home Alabama. God damn it, my fucking fingers. It's okay, Salty, it's okay. Airlifting, I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. Apparently, this is the reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it. They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring. How did they even get him up there?
I was afraid it would be.
He
Those
rises
steel
to
wiring,
inspect the noose.
Parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
No, they might have forgotten to brief me. My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing.
Okay. You should ask me for one the first moment we get.
He blinks.
The cadaver hangs from an intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Isn't your heart on your left side? Isn't this where his heart would be? So, why is it saying here? Wouldn't his heart be right here? Is that a map of the night sky?
Map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
So am I.
A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
A Trigger Sunshine Mini.
What?
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you...
Oh, so it is a camera.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
Shut up, C.
An instant color camera.
He produces 2 metal-capped ampules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines
I have
there.
only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting, and then... fucking flashbang, dude.
The breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
What a weird way that camera works. It takes a picture, and then the glass shatters and pours it onto the paper. Weird. There's too much room for error.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cool wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. Cool machine.
It is pretty cool, isn't it?
He slides the camera closed and tucks it away in his belt.
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse
Sure.
smell.
Just don't lose it.
He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute, and his eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode
42.
from the organic processes inside.
I think that
His head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
I think that Bumner said that the white ones you can retry, and that failure doesn't really, it advances the story still.
The corpse
And we failed.
is dead silent. You have no idea why you just said that.
Who is he? He is male, 4250, with an athletic build.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench, eyes like a shark. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if
This-
the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the
Such
time of death
interesting
the
art.
discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink, thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
Disgusting.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead. I think he was upright after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored. Cover your nose. Something is coming out of him. He's beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder.
Yet throwing fucking rocks at him. What an idiot.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
No, I think he's dead. Yeah, Osama, me too. Fuck you, Kuno S.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
Yeah. Seems like a lynching to me. Could it be he was moved after death? Maybe he was strangled by someone.
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
He stops to think, then checks his notes. Step back and have another look.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Yep, the preliminary examination is done. Let's get him down from there.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Yeah, for real. Can't someone else do it? We could saw the branch. Seems like a lot of hassle. Let's not do it. Maybe we should shoot him down. Maybe we can ask for help from the harbor. I'm out of ideas. Let's have another look at him. We could saw the branch.
Saw the branch?
Yeah, it seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
I don't want to ask the harbor. They're the ones who killed him. Why would I? Hey, help me get the body that you murdered down. Fuck it.
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda.
But what else can we do? Yeah, wait, let's reconsider.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Can't someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
You've got a point there.
Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing we are. Are we in a rush to help them? Not with this on our hands. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Maybe we could shoot him down. That feels stupid.
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Point to it. There, the buckle holds the belt together. I don't know, just, shoot up there, maybe. Point towards the branch. Just shoot the belt. The bullet will break it.
Where?
He corrects his glasses.
Yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss. The pigs will miss Kuno.
Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst that could happen? Actually, don't. It has bad idea written all over it. Wait, let me try. Some say nothing. Let him choose. I don't know. I don't know how. Maybe it's better not to. I'm gonna let him choose.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge.
Paper cartridge?
Separates the scouring stick and gives the cartridge 5 tucks.
This is like where you load. What do they call it? Like a musket.
Securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader.
Muzzleloader.
Frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the Fellow-Stess position.
Fellow-Stess position.
The corner of his eye twitches.
He does it, partner.
The trigger.
Shoot that motherfucker down.
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding.
Did you miss Kim?
A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
He's using a flintlock? Yeah, I'm a little interested. This world has developed very different. He's using a fucking flintlock.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The Fellow-Stess was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot! Muckabah asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
It's okay, man.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano clad.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
I don't want more humiliation for him. If he misses again, I don't want the kids to fucking ruin him. And I don't want to be mean to him either. Like, look at me. I'm carrying around fucking bottles so I can pick it up and sell them for 10 cents at a piece. I have no room to make fun of fucking Kim Kitsuragi. Try again, maybe?
We are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
He looks around at the windows overlooking the
Any
yard.
more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
What now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
I think I want to try. Can I have the gun? I should try.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
He pauses, then shrugs and proceeds to load the pistolette.
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
The piece shines in his outstretched hand.
They only have one gun.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
You've never seen pigs before, motherfucker. Take the gun.
You fucking banana boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Feel the weight first.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, an A9 Armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't.
Challenging. Ooh. Point the gun at Kuno S. Close your left eye.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Come on.
Look, he's crying.
58%.
Cry now, fucking faggoty.
Ooh, fucking 58% is not bad. What if I leveled up my interfacing? What would it be? Hand-eye coordination? What if I leveled up my hand-eye coordination? Would it make it better? Would it make it better? Fuck it. Let's do it. Did that make it better? 72! That's pretty good, dude. Okay, all right, come on. Come on. Don't you fucking miss. Don't you fucking miss. Yes! Let's go!
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look.
Oh, let's fucking go, dude.
Down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
Oh, okay.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
You've been you've been policed. Pow. And then you hear that yeah from that Reno 911 show. How did I do that? Who's laughing now, you little shit? Despite her words, her tone seems celebratory. Get policed, bitches! The lieutenant raises his right hand, waiting for you to slap it. Oh, fucking high five, Kim Kitsuragi, let's go!
A custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially
I want a high five. Stop fucking talking to me about what a high five is. Just let me high five Kim Kitsuragi.
You could add an aces low to it, if you like.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I want to add a aces low.
The high arrives with a sharp slap. As you turn around, there is a moment of doubt. Feels like that low ain't gonna connect. Chill. It's gonna connect.
Chill.
But then it does, and with furious precision. The lieutenant is not one to leave an aces low.
That's fucking right. Kim Kitsuragi's my boy. That's what that is. Kim Kitsuragi is a motherfucking man. His voice is deeply approving. Yeah, we're got a problem with it. What now? I'm just gonna ignore him. I'm not even gonna fucking humor that word.
But before, excuse me.
He needs to turn away from the corpse.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
This is disgusting right here. The way that it's now like sagging, like everything is falling out of him. Fucking awful, dude.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
All right.
In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though.
He points to the belt.
I would also suggest we interview Joyce, the Wild Pines representative. But we've already done that, so good for us. One down, one to go.
This is the famous list of initial interviews. Let's go then. I'm a real cop. I'm a serious cop, okay? All right, what should I level up? You know, reaction speed has been doing me pretty good, but what if I save? Would it be bad to save the level up for the next time I need to, like when I have something like that where I'm like, oh, this one's going to take composure. Let's level up composure. I think I'm going to do that. I feel like that's kind of like an asshole thing to do, but I'm going to do it.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso. It still kind of looks like a map of the...
Yeah, whatever. Oh my god, holy shit. Explore the whirling's secret passages. Where's the rest of the armor? Ask Kuno. Okay, let's ask Kuno since we're right here. What is this? Oh, look at that. I'm almost done. Aces low. The Insulindian Civil War was not the first war to see the use of hybrid airships on both sides, but it was the coolest. For an entire decade, folded multi-rotor fighters got into dogfights above Revachol, Ozon, Semenine, and the Arcade Islands, spitting death at one another. They flew over sandy beaches and shot each other out of the azure sky, crashing into city blocks and setting island forests ablaze. The Aces Low was a custom among revolutionary brigades, performed after multiple kills. Lieutenant Kitsuragi seems fond of it. Why? I'll internalize that, sure. What does it give me while I'm doing this? +2 empathy towards Kim Kitsuragi. So I have +1 encyclopedia. All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Okay, cool. Let's talk to Kuno. What's up, you little fucking loser? You piece of shit kid.
Fuck does Kuno care?
You can use points to unlock more thought slots. Wait, hold on. Well, I have 6 available right now, so I'm fine. Fuck does Kuno care? The boy turns to you. He doesn't care. I have more questions about the crime scene.
The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
The dead man's clothes were in the trash container. Oh, how did they get there?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Okay, if he doesn't know, I'm not even going to bother.
Kuno? Dumpster diver?
The ladder. No. What is in the greenhouse over there? I was wondering about the trash container. None of this matters. Let's talk about something else.
Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Let's do this one.
The fuck about it?
Where's the rest of his armor?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man.
What do you mean?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
He drills his temple with his fingers in some strange, aggressive gesture. What do you mean, threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
He performs a kickoff on the imaginary helmet.
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You threw it in the sea.
That shit means nothing to Kuno.
He repeats.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
What do you mean, troubadour?
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
Why is he talking third person? So, I don't really have the ability. As you saw in the beginning, I had that 8% thing. I think that is the check where I could like figure out what the fuck is wrong with this kid. So far, the game has given me 2 kind of tidbits of information. 1, he seems to be on drugs. He is currently high. He's like 11 years old and he's high. And 2, the main character, whatever his name is, believes that he uses the third person to disassociate from what's happening in his life and around him. It's clear that his backyard and his child play area was used for lynching. And so now, the dead man that we just spent 30 minutes on. So the Kuno thing could be a way to like psychologically disconnect from the situation, but that's just like a hypothetical, possibility based on what little our character knows about him. In order to actually find out, I think that we would have to pass that 8% check, and that shit ain't gonna happen.
So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to.
Also, he's a fucking asshole. Kuno's a piece of shit.
Pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Curious, my liege. Why did
My
Kuno feed you
liege?
this information?
And you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno? No, I'm just gonna let it be. It's fine.
Yes, pray pardon, sire. Better to let it be. I did not mean to make you paranoid.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
Right here, empathy level legendary 14. +2, shot the body down. -1, back down from Kuno. So earlier when I had only 1 mental HP, it's because earlier I backed down from Kuno, so now he doesn't respect me. If I had not done that, that might actually be a +1 right there, which wouldn't give me, truly, it wouldn't give me that much. It'd probably be like, what, a 14% or some shit like that? So fuck it, I'm off. Kuno doesn't fucking care. Fuck you, Kuno. I don't give a shit how you fucking feel. Fuck you. God.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno.
I
He's come to take me in.
just want to ask you some questions.
I'm going away for a long, long time.
going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Listen, child, that corpse made me puke twice, and I was wondering why you don't. What are those strange words you use, girl? Hey, kid, child, converse with me. You there, behind the fence.
Stay away from me, pig. You don't want to see what happens when you corner me.
Okay, all right, she does not want to speak to me.
The trash container stand. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. It's just organic waste. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Look at the corner of something larger. A clipboard.
Oh?
A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
I thought this was just going to be a waste of time. I was looking for bottles, truly.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
A miserable-looking slip of paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
It must have been cramping my style. It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Someone from the whirling threw it in the trash. I don't know. I'm boring. I'd rather not talk about it. It's obviously this one.
Well,
He doesn't know what to say.
lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay, I'll do that. Say nothing, or I don't know, man. Sounds like an order. I don't take those. I should do that.
Start taking notes on the case. Now tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
He peers into the trash where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Okay, I got this.
It's the legend found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Urinal cleaner. Why do you keep gambling like 1 and 2? What are you doing? Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper.
Tess? Yeah, okay.
Of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Inspect the white paper.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches.
To get data.
Alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting.
Can you tell me what this data collection process is for?
Entire pages.
What are you trying to gain?
With faint
I am about to do a cyber attack in chat. I is gonna dox me. I is fucking hacking into the mainframe right now.
Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What's in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations.
No comment, ISS. Okay. Well, can you at least let me know when you're going to cyber attack me and steal my identity? Just give me a heads up, like a 5-minute heads up. Like, hey, I've got your social. I'm gonna do my magic now. Just letting you know the $5 you've got, it's soon to be mine. 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you.
It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Attempted.
What do you mean?
I'll give you a heads up. I got you. I like how you show me respect as you are soon to be robbing me blind. What do you mean? Is that all? That's it? Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant? There was mention of a naming convention here. Count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room? I'm done inspecting these.
says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to a previous volume. In short, there was more.
Is 2 cases a week good?
Huh?
He
Two
raises his
complex
nose.
cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
He raises both eyebrows. I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. I'm burned out, all right. A nice brisk pace, the way I like it.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
He nods and turns back to his own case files.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
So I'm a little mixed. Because the precinct, when we called our precinct, they laughed at us. They made fun of us. But then our paperwork is so dutifully done, and clearly we're taking on a lot of work. Are we trying to prove ourselves? Are we taking only the jobs that people don't want to do? Like, are we the bitch lackey that they throw shit at? Just like, someone's got to be assigned to this, and they just give it to us? Is it that kind of thing? Or were we a good cop, but we have declined, and now people are laughing at our decline? I don't think that would be it, because you don't laugh at people who try hard. We, for sure, force someone else to do it for us. You think so? That we were just writing our name on it? No, because why would that happen? And why aren't they here with us now? This guy can't fucking read. I would like to imagine that he's the type of cop who, the type of man, worker, who was really good and had a steep decline. But how could he have fallen so far that our associates laugh openly about us and we what kind of motherfucker are we? There was a mention of a naming convention here?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my. And they're written in capital letters, too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
Oh, we were hokey. We were fucking cringe. We thought we were an action movie cop.
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
So we usually took on murder then. We usually took on violent crime. Count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Must have been a good-ass cop.
Sadly,
Hopefully
the
we
ledger
were.
comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do.
I got 2. I got conceptualization and interfacing for this one, and they said the same fucking thing. Kim, do you have a pen?
The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets.
Oh, is she gonna give me one?
He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at me.
Fine, I'll just use this crappy pencil.
Absolutely motionless at first. then animated slowly, imperceptibly even.
He said, I'm not giving you a fucking pen. Yeah, he doesn't even trust me with a pen.
To the paper with a brash free hand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross out the ones you've already
A
finished.
satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say.
And you get a car.
You're a swashbuckler.
Oh!
And it feels good. Feels like completion.
Who the fuck is Harry? Oh, this is a Harry Potter joke. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry.
Things to be done and things already done.
Fuck J.K.
The
Rowling.
composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The hanged man, the Furies are at home in the mirror, the setting sun, shit on a stick. Fuck it, the setting sun.
Okay, it's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun. At all. It has nothing to do with that, so...
But it's a good name.
Something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something concrete? Mundane, usual?
Fuck it, the hanged man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Kim, be creative. But he loved it. And I like him.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man.
30?
It's good we sorted this out.
30 EXP? Holy fuck. Yeah, okay.
Exactly close them. So much as distance yourself from the smelly papers.
Can I read the case files now?
Your nose now. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the
Interesting.
bottom. It always begins with HDB 41. Then date of initialization and time of arrival on 41 is your precinct. It's safe to say those are the initials of the officer responsible for the case. Your initials.
Oh. I think you mean to say it was R.A.C., Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau, Horace Debbie Behringer, Hram Darjan Binzakin. What a name. What is your name? Oh, it's HDB. What does that stand for? Oh, Hram Darjan Binzakin. That's Bumnoo's name. Those aren't my initials. I'm not feeling them. Wow, I don't know what to say to that.
No, the alphanumeric begins with HDB. Can't you see the sire is tired of these?
Why is that my name?
RAC is
Why are you saying that's not your name?
These
Hram.
are
Hram.
official
Are you saying that's not your fucking name? I think I would know. I met you in person. Your name is Hram. I don't remember. Rajam? I don't remember the rest of what that word was. That. My fucking name is Raphael Cousteau. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. Can't you see the sire is tired of these fabrications? RAC is clearly what it says on the case files. These are official documents. There is no arguing with official documents. Good. How long does it take to read one of these Raphael stamped cases? Persist. I'm ready to admit. Who's up discoing the Elysium? Is that fucking Wajas, dude?
It takes half an hour to piece one of these.
How you doing, Wages?
If you still want to.
All I hear is wages. The next world mural, the unsolvable case. Almighty protector of the sun and sky, I beg of thee, please hear my cry. Solstice, we summon you. Solstice! Fading solstice! Solstice! No way, is it? Wajas! Ooey! No, Salty, I see that, ooey. Bumner, why did your message get deleted? Oh, fuck, I'm not logged in. Oh, shit. Hold on one second. I have to be careful to not dox myself. Okay, we're good. Everything's okay. Twitch. Wait, I can't see it. I can't see your fucking message. Bro, Twitch has been such a piece of shit lately. Like, here, let me show you. Oh, never mind, it loaded. Bingus respectfully. What is this? I'm changing this. I'm changing this to Bingus business. I don't give a fuck about Bingus respectfully. It's Bingus business. There. That's what you get. Crawl blind. Wait, I have a better one? Okay, but just send me your better one. I'll add it too. You said Parky Blind? Why'd you say Parky Blind in my chat? Wow, I love wages. Okay. Murder at the hookah parlor. Oh shit, we're playing the game. Sorry. Here you go.
On 1202, a graffiti.
I didn't realize. Thank you for saying donut. I probably would have realized.
Central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower.
I did. I left the BRB up. He's just like me for real. He's just like me. He's just like me for real. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne.
Cause of failure. Rent too high. The mural is enormous. Two silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads,
You want me to add this abomination? You want me to add this horrifying abomination? I like a Bingus business more. And you want me to add tall Bingus with his fucking disgusting eye? No, I'm not adding that. Find a better one. Find a better one, Majas. You want me to add that shit? Find a better one.
True love is possible only in
As Binugs. Yeah, rest in peace, single point from Aya. True love is possible only in the next world for new people. It is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class.
People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's
Binugs is better than you will ever be. I rest my life on the life of Binugs. Is that like your favorite emote? In 2 days, the station's complaint desk got clogged with requests to move the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the... My partner?
The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing
Crawl is life.
This leads to a debate in Precinct 41.
Hey, you know, because I've hit a subscriber amount milestone, I can add 3 more emotes. So, the person that I got my emotes from denied. I asked if they could give me more, and they said no. They said, no, we're not taking requests. And I was like, that's fucking lame. So, but I want emotes in that style. I want emotes in the style that I bought. Gucci does, like Gucci, Too Gucci for You. I could message them, but I want to copy the style that I already have. I want to make more emotes in the style that the Etsy artist refuses to make more of, which, in my opinion, is a little suspect, because the emotes that I bought, she did crawls. Wow, she did crawls? You mean, she did chronos? Did you mean to say chrono? Since AI art incoming. Yeah, I thought you meant chrono. Bingus business art woman. when I messaged and I was like, hey, I really like these. I already bought them. Could you make me more based on popular emotes? And that artist said no. What that says to me is these are stolen emotes that they resold to me. That's what that says to me. Because there's a lot of stolen art on Etsy. A lot of like people will take emotes from 7TV or BTTV and they'll just resell them. They'll take GIFs of popular internet cats and sell them for $2 each. So what that says to me is that I purchased stolen emotes. And that's why that person is like, no requests. We're not taking requests because they don't. It's one of two ways. Either they are too busy and they don't want to take requests, which is fine. That's fine. Or two, the more likely, because it's Etsy, that they're stolen. So I'm going to try to find the original artist. I'm going to like search reverse Google image search and see. But if I can't find anything, I feel like it's not morally bad to find an artist and say, hey, can you make me more emotes in this style of a black cat, of my kitty, right? I feel like that wouldn't be bad of me to do, to say, hey, they told me they're not going to make them. Could you? And I could even show them the Etsy conversation where they said no. Schulze does that for Parky. It's based on someone else's OG emotes. Yeah, right? Like, that could happen. So Joss, since you seem to know a little bit about this, do you think I should go to Fiverr? Should I go to Fiverr, or should I hit up someone on Etsy, or should I just find someone in the community? What should I do? What do you think? Who do you think? Because like these emotes, I want these emotes. These. I'll do it. Never drawn in my life. I mean, you could. I like supporting people I'm somewhat connected to or interact with. Maybe I could ask Minnie. Minnie's an artist. Minnie literally drew for Bob's Burgers. So maybe I could ask her if she could do it. I could ask her for like a sample and be like, hey, could you produce something like this? Minnie's an artist, yeah. All I've ever really seen from her is she's made like terrifying memes of Parky. That's all I've really seen. But usually people who are really good are, because they're so good, when they downgrade their ability to make like disgusting memes, it's like if I record in 4K and I export in 1080p, that 1080p looks way better than if it were recorded at 1080p. You know what I mean? So you might say Minnie draws. Yeah, I could say. Theoretically, instead of being Minnie Jelly, she could be Minnie draws. You're right. She could be. I'm going to be so real with you guys. I don't care about these. I'm just going to click through this.
Subjected to the mural's a staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world. For new people. Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the Smith? Not much has changed in the meanwhile.
I feel like I got what I needed from it. I got my initials. I don't really need to just sit through walls of text regarding previous case files. Maybe I'll revisit that stuff. It's not like it'll go away. It's in my inventory. It's mine now. But right now, I just don't care to go through all that shit. You could also look at who does emotes for creators you like. Just check the attribution tag. I could, yes. But the thing is I don't just want emotes. I don't want emotes of me. I don't want little chibi caricatures of me. And I want my emotes to have like a consistency to them, you know? Like how Sebla, his emotes are all very consistent. They all are done by the same artist. They all have the same look, and they're of him. They're like a chibi of him, but they're all the same. If you see an emote in that style of that character, you know that it's from Sebla. And I like my emotes. I like them very much, actually. And I want them to, you know, be consistent. And I've got three more. So another problem is, like, I was looking at my emotes and I was like, what even emotion would I get? What event would I get? Maybe bonk? Bonk would be good. You know what I mean? I don't know. I need to figure it out. All right, I can level up. I'm just going to nod. Oh.
Lonesome. Long way
nice.
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market.
Bedge is good. High.
To the other side.
So high, Bedge, and bonk. That's a great idea. Yeah.
Rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here?
Crawl you one, Catboy Meow.
You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
I will consider it. Okay, what does this give me? Speed gives 1 psi. Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Nice. Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Look at that. Holy shit. I could just dump everything into perception and have like fucking eagle eyes, hawk senses, hawkatua even. My emote artist is Twitch, some guy on 7TV, and TPG. And literally TPG. That's amazing. Oh, it literally says TPG. Wow. Wow. What is that? LOL. Okay, all right. Let's set up for the next stream. Thank you all for being here. I know that you all were cheating on me and watching other streamers, but I do appreciate you keeping me on in the background and being here for the big moments, the pog moments, like when I shot down that dead guy. That was pretty sweet. Next stream, I think I'm not going to stream tomorrow, okay? I think I'll take a day off to, like, do dishes and stuff, because basically I get off work, and then I eat, and then I immediately start up stream. So, and then I go to bed, like, right when stream ends. I'm ending stream because I have to wash my hair all the fucking time, apparently. And I think tomorrow I need to do dishes and I need to clean my apartment. So I'm not going to stream tomorrow, Thursday? What is that? Today's Wednesday. So Thursday I will not be streaming. But we'll be back on Friday, okay? Carl's not going to stream anymore. I will always be loyal unless Parky starts the final fight. I do want to watch her. Which means tomorrow, when she does the final fight, you'll be able to watch it and you won't have to be splitting your attention. Ah, I'm a genius. And Aya will actually be able to watch fucking Nier streams and not feel like she's betraying me some way. You're not betraying me. You guys can watch whoever you want. I know I make fun of you, but do whatever you want, dude. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you considering me. But at the end of the day, I'm just a guy playing a game on the internet, okay? But I do want to say thank you for being here, and thank you for watching. If you're watching this at home, thank you for watching. I watched Crawl just to betray Crawl. It's true. It's true, Woodjaws. It's true. No way. I am loyal, I swear. Well, Joss, I watch you just to backseat Dark Souls 3, okay? I watch you just to laugh at how little you know about the game that I know everything about because I've been playing it since the day that it got released, okay? All right? That's what I do to you. I know it's true. That's why I'm saying it. Fuck. All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.